Welcome. What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin', everybody? Week 1 is here. The Sunday matchups. Going to be taking all of your start-sit questions. We'll be looking into every single matchup. I will be looking at the Patreon first as well, guys. Always got to support the guys that support us in our Patreon. So I'll take those questions. I'll try to get to every single question as we go through it. I see you guys in here. What's up, Hussein? It's Niner time, baby. CMC is ready. I'm tired of the hate. It's time to get wild. What's up, Corbin? How we doing, brother? So fire your guys' questions away. I'll go through these questions that we already have lined up from the Patreon, and then we'll go from there as we go through the questions here, and we'll talk about week 1 and try and get you guys the wins here. Charlie, subscribed off stream, man. Thank you for the YouTube membership. Charlie, if you could hear me on the X side or the YouTube side, means the world, brother. Thank you so much for the membership. Question number 1 on the Patreon, Diggs or Odunze this week also have Dobbins or Mooney. So Mooney, I don't think I'd risk it with him being a game time decision coming down to the wire. I haven't seen the update yet. If you guys get an update, let me know what happens with Darnell Mooney, because what I've seen is it's coming down right to game time. So I'm definitely not choosing him. Dobbins could be safe floor play. Do I trust it? No. I'm probably going to lean Odunze here. You get the Monday night matchup. You don't know how much Diggs is going to be out there in his first game, although I love Diggs. I think I'm going Odunze here. Question number 2, Drake May, Cam Ward, or Jordan Love. The weather looks bad in New England. Of course, I don't have the full weather update yet. I've been looking at some people's Twitters. I do love Jordan Love in a shootout. I'm definitely not starting Cam Ward versus Denver. That's for sure. May's rushing upside could be massive in this game if the weather's bad. I got Jordan Love ranked higher. I got to stick to the rankings on this one and go Jordan Love, even though I like Drake May too. Question number 3, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, full PPR. Cooper Kupp, Diggs, DJ Moore. If Disco, and usually live on the show, Disco's here. He had a family emergency. He's got to miss the show here, so he already had his show, so he's not going to make it on this one. I would go DJ Moore here. I know he likes Cooper Kupp. I don't know if I'm trusting Cooper Kupp in the first game. I know he beats my Niners all the time, but I'm still going to wait for Monday night here and go DJ Moore. Question number 4, Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey, or DeAndre Swift, full PPR. I really want to say badly that it's going to be Kenneth Walker, but I think RJ Harvey is going to see more volume and a better game script than I do think that Kenneth Walker, with a possible split with Charbonnet, with a bad offensive line versus the Niners run D. They're both great starts to me. It's very close between Kenneth Walker and RJ Harvey. I think you're in good company. I think I'd lean RJ Harvey in this one by a little bit. First super chat always goes straight to the front. Thank you, Corbin. $5 holler over here. Appreciate you, Steve. Love the content. McCarthy or Caleb Williams on Monday night. Passing TDs and rushing TDs are 6 points. I'm going Caleb Williams. I know I really think the Vikings, what they've done in the offseason with their offensive line, bumping that up, bringing in Jordan Mason because they couldn't score a rushing touchdown last year in the red zone. I think it's going to be a lot more Mason, Aaron Jones touchdowns than I think McCarthy. I'd rather ride Caleb versus a Minnesota secondary that gave up the second most yards last year. So, and especially with all the weapons they have in DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, we'll see if it's Zacchaeus or Luther Burden and Cole Kmet and Loveland. Thank you for the $5 holla, but I'd go Caleb Williams there. Going back up to question number 5, ETN or Swift, full PPR. God, this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. ETN has the juiciest matchup of the week. The Carolina Panthers run D gave up 4,000 yards last year. I just don't know how it's going to play out. Could it be, an ETN showcase game where ETN goes absolutely nuclear and they try to look to trade him? Obviously, that could happen. I don't know if I'd risk it in week 1, although the matchup is amazing. I think I'd go DeAndre Swift just to play it safe because I don't know how it's going to go there. So, we don't know how that you could see Tootin, you could see Bigsby. The matchup is so good. I would go Swift, and it's rough on that one just because I don't know the Jags play out yet. Number 6, who is the best Texans running back to stash behind Nick Chubb? And I truly believe with the updates, guys, that I do not think that Joe Mixon is going to make it back anytime soon. They're being very, very secretive with his foot injury update. He could be out for the season, could be out for 4 to 8 weeks. We don't know. And I don't really trust Nick Chubb. The answer to me is really none of these running backs. But if I had to pick one, I would go Dameon Pierce because he's got it done before. Some people could be hyped on Woody Marks. if you can stash them both, that's a play as well, especially with Nick Chubb's injury risk that he carries. But they don't have a good offensive line. I'm not really trying to start a Texans running back. That's for sure. The Rams have a very good run D as well. So I think the Texans are going to thrive through the air in this game. But if I had to stash one, I'd go Dameon Pierce, I guess. Number 7, Ted McMillan, Emeka Egbuka, or Matthew Golden. Wow. I love all 3 of these guys. I have Tet ranked the highest. I would go Tet. I love Egbuka. I love Golden. If there's a way you could get all of them into your lineup, I would try that. Or I would want to know the rest of the lineup with this question, because these 3, especially in full PPR, all starts for me. So you're in good company, but I'm going to lean Tet for the 6.5 touchdown upside here. Number 8, Tucker Kraft, Tyler Warren, or Kyle Pitts, full PPR. Oh, I'm going to go Tyler Warren here. I do like Tucker Kraft. I have Tyler Warren at 10. I have Tucker Kraft at 11, and I have Kyle Pitts at 12. So all 3 of these are side by side. If Darnell Mooney is out, obviously that opens up a couple more targets for Kyle Pitts, which could be nice against a weak Tampa secondary. The Miami Dolphins are beat up across the board, and Danny Dimes lives across the middle. You have to go Tyler Warren, in my opinion, here. Number 9, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, or Jerry Jeudy. And guys, we're going through the Patreon. I'll go through the Patreon questions first, and then I'll get to all your guys' questions, and I'll try to answer every single one of them. I promise you here. Just supporting the guys that pay for the content first here. And if you guys haven't tapped that hit the subscription. All the support's appreciated. I'm going to be live here for like 90 minutes trying to cover everything for you guys. Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, or Jerry Jeudy, full PPR. It pains me. If you guys have been part of my channel all year long, Garrett Wilson's my guy. The matchup versus the Steelers corners is just a nightmare. I mean, Ramsey, Slay, and Peterson, or I'm blanking on the alias name, the star corner. This can be a nightmare. Grunge game, I'm not doing that. I'm going Jerry Jeudy based on volume alone. Jerry Jeudy is a smash play of mine. I think he can hit 20 points in this game. I think they're playing from behind heavy, and I think they're going to lean on Jerry Jeudy and Njoku heavy in this game. Number 10, last question from the Discord here. Who is a deep sleeper running back you love in week 1? I posted a sleeper video. It's got to be Ollie Gordon here for me. And Disco on his show, or Big Draft Energy, if you watched the show yesterday, we talked about how Vegas has his touchdown at plus 200, which means they think he's going to score as well. So if you need a deep sleeper running back play or a flex play, we could be looking at a Raheem-type Mostert here role for him, because this is what Mike McDaniels needs to get back to have a successful offense. You saw last year how shambles it was without the Mostert role. So, and Ollie Gordon, this guy's a Doak Walker winner before he had a bad year. So, I mean, Ollie Gordon maybe end up being league-winning upside. If he gets the Raheem Mostert role, he'd be a flex play every single week. And he's 6'2", 225. The guy's a beast. So, deep sleeper play for me if you need. I'm not really comfortable in week 1 doing it, but if you got the cojones to throw out Ollie Gordon, that would be my deep sleeper call here. Let's catch up with the chat here. We're through the Discord questions. No cap, Mac. How we doing, brother? What is good, man? Sunday football is here, bro. Bones feeling cute with the thumbnail. I like it. You like it. Frizz, happy football day. Let's get the dubs. Let's go, baby. Thank you for the sub or super chat, Corbin. Again, Andre, how we doing? Dalton says, I got A-Chain. Now we'll get to all the questions, baby. A-Chain, Chuba, Kyren Williams. You can't sit A-Chain no matter what. Or Chuba. Or Kyren. Jesus. Wide receivers, I got Neighbors, but I need a second. Tet McMillan, Golden, or Purcell. I have Tet ranked the highest. He has the highest touchdown upside. I like Golden as a start, and I like Purcell as a start. So you're definitely in good company. But I love the Jags-Panthers game too much. Both those defenses are terrible. The weather cleared up from rain to sunny, so that's good there as well. And Tet, I think, is just going to get just volume galore. Andre says, DJ Moore or Flowers, full PPR. Now, with DJ Moore, I know that they're saying that he's working out the backfield and they're scheming him up to be the whole Ben Johnson, Amon-Ra type role guy. Do I want to take that risk in week 1? With the Russian roulette kind of going on, like Big Draft Energy said on his show before, you got Odunze, you got Zacchaeus, you got Burden, you got Cole Kmet, and you got Loveland, and Minnesota really struggles versus the tight end as well. I think I'm going to lean Zay Flowers here in a high shootout game. The high point total, the highest of the week at 50.5, and you get to wait for Sunday Night Football. And when the points are that high, I'm going to lean towards the guy that Vegas thinks is going to score the most as well. I'm going to go Zay Flowers here. What defense am I streaming? What's up, Fang? How we doing? Washington, New England, Miami, or Detroit? Definitely not Miami. Miami's defense is absolutely obliterated. Washington versus the Giants is enticing, but their secondary is very bad. New England lost Chris Gonzalez. I would lean New England here still over all these guys, even without Chris Gonzalez, just because the fact of I know as a Niner fan that every West Coast team that travels East Coast and plays a 10 a.m. game, they always struggle. And I think it's going to be a very, very sluggish, slow game out there with New England and the Raiders. So I'd take the low point game. I wish Chris Gonzalez was there. I'd say smash New England if he was, but I still like New England, I think, over all of them. Nick, how we doing? Hop on over to the YouTube side, my guy. Smash the like, hit a subscription, but I'll answer you from Twitter as well. Bryce Young or CJ Stroud 6-point passing TD? I'm all about Bryce Young this week, but I do like CJ Stroud. But I'm leaning Bryce Young heavy versus the Jags. I've been targeting this game with everybody, and I've been talking up Bryce Young too much all season not to say Bryce Young here. Thank you for the subscription. Abdullah Kamara, I hope I didn't butcher the name, man. Welcome in, my man. My brother Sleaze, God bless. Let's go 49ers. Bang, bang. Let's go. Nick says Dylan Sampson or Caleb Johnson. I mean, do you have any other options available on the wire? Like, I like Wan'Dale Robinson over these. If I had to pick, I'd probably go Dylan Sampson just because the volume of playing from behind. Maybe he gets the pass roll. Maybe Jerome Ford comes out sluggish. Maybe they throw in Dylan Sampson in garbage time or however it looks. I don't think I'm trusting Caleb Johnson unless he falls into the end zone versus the Jets. I don't think that's the volume is going to be there in enough bunches in week 1 to feel safe starting him. So I'd go Dylan Sampson, but I really don't like either one of them, to be honest. But if I had to pick, it's Sampson. Julian says Travion Henderson or Tyrone Tracy. That's Travion Henderson. Easy for me there. I don't think that's going to be close. Christian, how we doing, man? Happy Sunday, brother. Good to see you in here. Dante Thornton is in the question. I like it. RJ Harvey or Jaden Higgins, half PPR. Half PPR, I have to go RJ Harvey. You have to like the game script. Denver has the number 1 offensive line, number 1 defense. Cam Ward is going into Mile High Stadium. It's going to be a rough game for the Titans. The volume on the running back side is going to be a lot for the Broncos. And they did update that RJ Harvey is going to be more involved, which we all knew. And they named J.K. Dobbins the starter. I'm still going RJ Harvey with confidence. Jerry Bagshaw, Ollie is a stud. Sleeper play of the week, man. Ollie Gordon, baby. Fire it up, dude. Tyrone Tracy, Chuba, A-Chain from Joseph Napolitano. Hope I didn't butcher that either. A-Chain, definitely. He's got a chance at RB1, and Chuba Hubbard is one of my favorite plays of the week. You guys, Tyrone Tracy is playing the Commanders. You do have Scatabo, who we don't know how that involvement is going to look. They have one of the worst offensive lines, the Giants do. Could they get the pass volume to Tracy? For sure, yes. Am I trusting it? No. So Tyrone Tracy, I have on like a sit. So I'm not. If there's a Tyrone Tracy question, he'll be out pretty much. Nick says Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, or RJ Harvey PPR. Man, Garrett Wilson. I'm the biggest Garrett Wilson truther there is. I just don't like this matchup. I know you paid the ADP premium for him. I'm going to lean RJ Harvey here still because the touchdown upside. I do think Travis Hunter is going to see a lot of volume. I think he's one of my favorite props of the week with receptions and yards. I'd play it safe with Harvey here. I like Garrett. Garrett Wilson is such a tough matchup, man. I mean, the Steelers' corners are all 3 pretty much Pro Bowlers. So it's like, fuck. I want to say Garrett Wilson, but I'm going to lean RJ Harvey there. Do you think CMC is playing today? I do think CMC is playing today. I think they overblew the entire injury thing. I think that's what Shanahan kind of wanted coming in or something. I don't understand why we did that again, but I think he's going to be out there and he's going to be my RB2 on the week. Nick says Kyle Pitts or Kraft. Man, I mean, if Mooney is out, which you'd have to, I guess the Green Bay game you wait for as well because they're around the same time, right? 125. So you do get the option. If Mooney is out, I think I may lean Pitts here, but I do like Kraft as well. I mean, I have them 11 and 12 side by side. So I'll say if Mooney's out, I'd go Pitts. If Mooney is out there, I go Kraft. And again, that's coming down to the wire. If you guys get the update of anything that happens right now, when I'm live, let me know because I'll miss it while I'm going through all the questions. Hawkinson or Love, and this one's Hawkinson for me, easy. I love TJ Hawkinson this week. Zero question about it. You get JJ McCarthy in his quote-unquote rookie year. What are rookies like? They like their security blanket. Jordan Addison, 3-game suspension. Will Thielen be out there? Yes. Will Jettis draw the doubles? Yes. TJ Hawkinson's back healthy. I love Hawkinson this week. CMC is good to go, baby. I told you. Here we go. Update from Bones. 49ers Christian McCaffrey added to the injury report Thursday with a calf issue. Will play today. He is good to go, said one source. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Fire up Christian McCaffrey. It'd be crazy to drop Dylan Sampson to pick up Kyle Manunjai or Chris Rodriguez. We went over this yesterday. Big Draft Energy was on the other side. I would rather take the upside swing on Kyle Manunjai, knowing that you have Quinshon Judkins coming back. So, right, it's either going to be a 3-headed monster in Cleveland, or you could own the Bears' goal line running back. We know that DeAndre Swift does not get goal line carries. So Kyle Manunjai to me is a very nice pickup, stash and wait and see. Dylan Sampson could be as well. Seeing week 1, if he goes out there and looks better than Ford, I could eat my words for sure. But you still got Judkins waiting in the wind. And that DeAndre Swift's never going to get that goal line work. So I'd rather have the back that I think could take this role. Nahal Najar says, who should I flex out of Odunze or Henderson? I started Worthy, so you need the upside. These are both upside plays. Minnesota's secondary struggled versus the pass heavy last year. Didn't change much. Trayvon Henderson is a game breaker. He can pop a big one at any single time of a game. But you do have the Bears' nightmare of who's going to pop. Him, Moore, Loveland, Kmet. I'd go Henderson for the game breaking play, especially with the weather out there in New England as well. It looks like it's going to be bad weather, so it could lean to the run more. Shane, how we doing, brother? Week 1, baby. Let's fucking go. 0.5 PPR. I am sitting Calvin Ridley versus Patrick Surtain. I do not trust Cam Ward versus any of that Denver defense in his first game. I feel so bad that they're sending him to Mile High. I mean, what a nightmare game for Cam Ward coming. Could the volume be there for Ridley? Yeah, but Surtain's shadows all over the field. I don't trust him. Jacoby Myers has a good matchup with Christian Gonzalez being out. He's a nice floor play to me. I'd rather take the floor play with the upside in Travis Hunter than I would with Calvin Ridley and Jacoby Myers. And Hunter's going to be a full-time wide receiver, guys. So remember who said that at the beginning of the year. Frizz, who was the real wide receiver 2 for Denver, Mims or Franklin? Franklin breakout year. You got the connection with him and Bo Nix from Oregon. The Marvin Mims talk has been a lot this offseason. Do I really trust Mims as like a full-time wide receiver 2 in my head? No. But have I wanted to see him break out forever? Yeah. He has a great matchup. Marvin Mims has one of the best matchups on the week versus the cornerback. But I just think Denver's going to roll him out the building. I don't think they're going to much pass volume here. But I would take Mims over Franklin to start. But Franklin could break out as well. Noah Young, my 2 favorite tight ends to draft all year long at value was Tyler Warren and Evan Ingram. It's very hard for me to sit either one of these men. Evan Ingram in the Joker role in the Sean Payton system, Jimmy Graham style looking tight end. I think he's going to lead them in targets this year as well too. I love Tyler Warren this week. I have these guys ranked. I think you're good either way. I would go Evan Ingram. Tyler Warren. I'll go Tyler Warren. I'll sway myself. Just because I think the game script could be better for the Colts is the only reason. But I love them both as starts. Jerry says, Bagshaw says, Diggs, Swift, T. Higgins, bro. T. Higgins. Anytime you have the Bengals offense, it's going to be hard to sit either one of these guys regardless. They're going to pass so much. Christian Morrow, thanks, brother. Hope you win today. I got 25 leagues going, man. I gotta dial in once the show's over here. Nickham says, full PPR. Hunter or Golden? I'm still going Golden here, although I do love the Hunter update of full-time wide receiver. Golden's upside in a possible shootout game where he's already named the wide receiver 1 as a rookie is too hard to ignore for me. I'm gonna say Matthew Golden for sure here, even though I like Hunter as well as a flex play. Hit that like button, y'all. Thank you, Jerry. Got you, Joseph. Thank you, man. Is it bad to have only 3 running backs when I got Bijan, Chase, and Henderson? I feel like I don't need any more. 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. I don't understand the full question here. Is it bad to only have 3 running backs when I have 3 running backs? I feel like I don't need any more. 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. So you obviously have 2 running backs as well, right? I would try and get a 4th running back for sure. CMC is confirmed playing today per Schefter. Lock it in, baby. Let's go. Ethan Edwards says Caleb or Brock Purdy. Man, at Seattle, the Niners games, whenever they play Seattle, and trust me, I'm a Niner fan, it's either like 35-30 or it's like 27. It's like, 17-14, 2017. CMC being out there could change a lot. This is a tough one, man. I would go Brock Purdy just because you don't know how the Vikings could send the house at Caleb Williams. Monday Night Football, bright lights, could be a panic game for him. We know that at least Brock Purdy's a steady quarterback. I think I'd go Purdy by a little bit here. If Mooney is out, Drake, London, and Pitts are going to eat. That is out. They're going to eat. London's going to eat either way. His matchup is one of the best on the week as well. But if Mooney is out there, I think I would throw Pitts over Tucker Kraft. I'm going to stand on that one. Jerry says, I have Kyle, my guy, Manunjai, your guy, everywhere. I like that. He's a good pickup. The hype is there. He's got the coaches backing him. I mean, they're saying he's doing everything right. If he gets the Roschon Johnson goal line roll in week 1 and looks good, he's probably not going to look back. And you probably have a guy that can get a touchdown upside every single week in Manunjai if he gets the goal line roll. That's why I like that pickup. If he's on your waiver wire, guys, go get Kyle Manunjai right now. He is. He shouldn't be, but if he is. Hussein, Jaylen Warren or Ford? I do not like the Jaylen Warren matchup. I do not like the Steelers-Jets game at all. Could he be the safer play? Yeah. Do we know how Ford and Sampson is going to look in their first game? No. You do get the Bengals. It looks great. God, that's I would lean. I'm going to lean Warren, but I don't love it. I don't love it at all, Jose, but I lean Warren by a little bit. Joseph says, I am an or Franklin, Debo, Pop Douglas, or either of Etienne or Bigsby. Top 4 out of those. So obviously Debo. I like Debo a lot this week. I think Terry McLaurin, historically a 30-year-old wide receiver coming off a holdout has a bad 4 to 6 game start. Sun is getting in my face. Pop Douglas, this guy's talking me into. I think I'm going to ride ETN as well. And I think I'm going to ride Ayamanor just because the game script of playing from behind. He's named the wide receiver 2, quote unquote, in Tennessee. So if he is, or you could roll out ETN and Bigsby together. That could be safer maybe because the matchup is so great versus the Panthers run D. I think I'd do that. I think I'm going to roll out ETN, Bigsby, Debo, and Pop Douglas and sit Franklin and Ayamanor. That's a good one, though. I'm not opposed if you want to throw in Ayamanor instead of Bigsby, but I think Bigsby has touchdown upside way more than Ayamanor does. Josh Chirio, what's up? Ingrid or Warren? I just went over this one. God, man, it's tough. I'm going to lean Warren by 51-49. I love both these guys. They're my number 2 owned in best ball, both of them. I've targeted them all year. If, best value you could get is literally them at tight end. So I'm going to lean Warren 51-49. Uber Inks 10-team PPR. Kyler, Chase Brown, Henderson, Walker, Lamb, BTJ, Hunter Henry, Bench, RJ Harvey, J-Mo, Rashee Rice, Debo Sharps, Mims, Ollie Gordon. Any move. So who's your other quarterback, by the way, with Kyler Murray, out of curiosity? 10-mans are usually stacked. Chase Brown, can't sit. Walker, Lamb already played. BTJ, Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's your tight end at 10-man. You need to be working some trades here with all this depth, by the way, to try and tier up at least a little bit of tight end. So Chase Brown is locked in. Walker is locked in. I like RJ Harvey possibly over Henderson, but it's like 50-50. I'm good with either one of them. BTJ, you're not sitting. Lamb already played. Tight end Hunter Henry. I like him as a start. Debo, not throwing him in Sharps, not throwing him in Mims, Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon could find the end zone if you've already played a guy that's hit a 0, possibly, with AJ Brown or Xavier Worthy, something like that. You don't need to throw J-Mo in here. J-Mo's like always your upside play if someone has already popped. You need to throw J-Mo in there in case he pops, but I don't think you need to if you haven't. So I think your lineup's good, man. I'd want to know who your other quarterback, though, is, Uberings. Kirby, what's up, my man? Mark Andrews or Evan Ingram? I'm leading Mark Andrews here. High implied point total game. Mark Andrews was banged up all last year. Then he got healthy down the stretch. And you saw how much Lamar Jackson loves Mark Andrews. And you got Isaiah Likely out. So Mark Andrews in the high implied point total of the week, Sunday Night Football. I'm taking that all day with Mark Andrews. Tyler Warner, Tucker Kraft. I like them both. I mean, the Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft, Evan Ingram questions are rough, man. I like all three of these tight ends. I'm still leading Tyler Warren based on volume. Tucker Kraft, specimen athlete. Could he find the end zone for sure? 100%. I'd still go Tyler Warren though. I think by a little bit. Nahal says start two of these three: Sutton, J-Mo, Egbuka. So Egbuka would be my number one. Sutton, I don't like the game script. I don't like that they have Evan Ingram now as well. Could he be a safe floor play for sure? J-Mo has massive upside again. So if again, you got to look at your matchup here. I put it like this: if your matchup and you're looking at your opponent and you think they're going to beat you and it looks like they're going to put up a ton of points, or they already had someone play like Javonte Williams, or if they started him, I'd play J-Mo for the upside and I'd play Sutton for the floor. But Egbuka is my start for sure. Sean McCaffrey, what's up, my man? How we doing, brother? I'm playing Trev and Bo, looking for the best upside. Do I sit Trev if the weather is bad for Bo? Bo Nick's rushing upside is still absolute gold. So, I mean, that's hard for me there. And people sleep on Bo Nick's rushing upside. Could the game script get out of hand and Trevor has a better game for sure? I'm still going Bo Nix still. Nahal, how we doing? Start Bill, Ollie, or Caleb. And what's crazy is I like Ollie Gordon here. Whenever you're facing the Giants front like the Commanders are, it's going to be one of the best fronts in football that the New York Giants bring to the table every single time. It's going to be a great run D, great pass rush. So I don't like any of the Commanders running backs rushing the ball. I like them more receiving, which is where Austin Eckler will thrive. Ollie Gordon, massive touchdown upside in this game. Like I said, Vegas has him at plus 200. They think he's going to score. So I'm going to ride that train as well and say that I think he's going to score in the Raheem Mostert role as well. And I'm taking him over all three of these guys. Or all two of these guys. Young LJ, how we doing? Ricky P or DeAndre Swift? It's got to be Ricky P, man. Juan Jennings update, going to play limited snaps, or that was yesterday. I haven't seen a today update. If there is one, let me know. But Ricky P, I think, is in for a big game here in Seattle. Egbuka, top 5 low darks. Egbuka in my flex. Love that. Breece Hall, Sutton, Debo on the bench. Should I start Egbuka over MHJ and flex someone else with the Kyler illness? Is Kyler really ill? Where does it, game day kind of update, they're playing the Saints, man. I still got to roll with Kyler. I still got to roll with MHJ. I don't like Breece Hall this week at all. So Breece is on a sit for me. Sutton, I just talked about, I don't like his volume that much in a bad game script. If he doesn't score early, you might be sitting with an 7-8 point game from him. Debo, I like a lot this week too, though. I would go, if anybody, I like Egbuka, I would go Debo if anybody, but I think you still got to roll MHJ and Kyler. I think the matchup's still too good. Uberings any QB on the waivers. Hate Calamari, one flex. Start Hunter Henry or Colston Loveland. The problem is we're going to get a lot of 12 personnel sets from Ben Johnson. Cole Kmet also looked good last year. I'm going to go with the guy that I know that is going to get the most snaps. Colston Loveland also dealing with that shoulder injury, all offseason. I'm going with Hunter Henry. I think he's a security blanket for Drake May. I have him as a start, and I have Colston Loveland as a, 50-50 shot. So I'm going to go with the guy that I know is going to get the work and is going to be part of the offense already. I'm going to go with Hunter Henry. Good to see you live again. What's up, Thomas Sierra? How we doing, brother? Ubering says, I have Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, CJ Stroud, McCarthy, Fields, Caleb, Tua, all on my waiver. I like Trevor Lawrence over Kyler. I do have Kyler at QB6 on the week, but with the illness news, do I trust it? I think I'm still rolling Kyler out there over these guys, but I'm not opposed to against the Trevor Lawrence play here because I like T-Law a lot this week. And Tua could break fantasy versus the Colts as well. Young LJ says I went 0 QB, ended up with Tua. Should I pick up Bryce Young, Danny Dimes, Mr. Unlimited, or Flacco on the free agency? Appreciate the info. Went 0 QB, ended up with Tua. I like Tua this week a lot. I like Bryce Young a lot this week as well. You don't have a second quarterback, Young LJ? You're just rolling one? That'd be my first question. Is your roster that stacked? Is it a short man league kind of question? But I think, man, I like Bryce Young. I think I would be going. Danny Dimes is like a sneaky play for me. Bryce Young, I like a lot. Tua could go nuclear versus the Colts. The matchup is great. I'd probably go Tua. I'm probably Tua or Bryce Young, 50-50 coin flip for me on that one. I think that's how I'd look at that one. I don't know. That's a tough one. And Danny Dimes is like one of my favorite DFS plays as well. He's a cheap one, simple. 4,800, 5K, whatever he is on your site. The Miami Dolphins secondary is obliterated. It's Minka Fitzpatrick and no one. Everyone's on IR. So, God, that one's rough. I'm going Tua with the safe play, though, but that one's rough. Bone says Washington inactives 14 quarterback Josh Johnson, emergency third QB, 36 running back Chris Rodriguez Jr. So you're telling me after we got the update that Chris Rodriguez is going to be the goal line back for the Washington Commanders, they come out week 1 and say that he's inactive? You're capping. Hang on. Let me look this up. This is why we've been saying the whole time that this is just a nightmare running back room to be a part of. And Darnell Mooney, guys, the update just hit. Make sure he is out of your roster. Darnell Mooney is inactive. That has bumped Kyle Pitts above Tucker Kraft for me, 51-49 by a little bit. So make sure he's not out there. Chris Gonzalez rolled out. Let's go over some updates real quick here. Vita Vea is active in the middle of the defensive line versus the Falcons. That could be a little bit of a hit for Bijan, but you're not sitting Bijan, let's be honest. Buccaneers, Chris Godwin out. Tristan Wirfs is out, left tackle. That's going to hurt. Browns inactives, nothing there. Saints, Chase Young, D-line is out, and Trevor Pennington, their offensive guard, is out. So expect their offensive line to have a worse hit and their defensive line to have a worse hit in the Saints game, which is why you still got to like Kyler Murray, right? Yeah, Chris Rodriguez Jr. Name the goal line back a week ago for the Commanders was just ruled inactive. What are we talking about with this Commanders running back room? It's a nightmare. Uberlings, I would play all of those guys over Kyler. I still like Kyler, Bones. I still like Kyler. Lance Hamilton, what's up, my man? He says Samson or Thielen in the flex. Man, I have this gut feeling. I have this just gut feeling that Thielen's first game back in Minnesota, he's going to get a touchdown. Do I trust it at all? No. Do I like Samson and how that's going to look as a rookie in your first game? No. I don't really, do you have any other options? But if I had to, I'm going Thielen. And you get the Monday night wait. And I think his first game back, it's going to be a Thielen show because he's back in Minnesota and the game, NFL script writers will line him up one. How's the rain for the Jags-Panthers game? It was off yesterday. I do not know as of today. Let me see what it looks like. Weather update today. Oh, it came back. So I gave you false information at the start of the stream. I thought yesterday the rain was gone. Now it says forecast high of 85, 55% chance of rain, wind speed at 6 miles per hour, heading northeast. Not bad. Thunderstorms today with a high of 85. I'm still starting, everyone. The game is too juicy for me not to. Mooney is out. Yes, caught up on that, Kirby. Thank you. If the updates come, make sure that you hit me with the updates as well, because when I'm going through the stream, I miss kind of the questions or miss what we're talking about. So always line me up with the updates as they come. Giants, I'm going to break through some more breaking news here. Giants left tackle, Andrew Thomas, foot as expected, listed as doubtful. So Russell Wilson's blindside left tackle will be out for the game. Little update there, especially when you have Tyrone Tracy or Cam Scatterbo questions as well. Christian McCaffrey, good to roll. Quinshon Judkins scheduled to meet with the NFL investigation. Possible he could play next week at Baltimore. I would hold him out one more game. The Xavier Worthy update is 3 to 4 games. If it's shoulder surgery, could be season ending. So that's rough there for him. Jameson Williams extension. Cam Hayward extension. Let's see what else we got here. Catch up with the chat here. Bones. Efton Chisholm is out. Chisholm did not get the first week roll. No. I don't see that on my newsfeed. Let me see. Jets inactive wide receiver. A healthy scratch, by the way. So a little update here. I want my breakout guy of the year to hit here. You're going to see Garrett Wilson. You're going to see Josh Reynolds. And you're also going to see my sleeper of the year, Arian Smith, who is a straight speedster home run hitter out of Bama. We'll see what he looks like here in week 1. If he can get a pop play, I'll be excited. And Nwoku is doubtful. Ecom, he's out. Darnell Mooney is out. Vita Vea is out. Will Campbell is up and ready to go. And Raheem Mostert was a healthy scratch for the Raiders. Is that saying that Zamir White is the backup for the Raiders today? Who knows? We'll see how that plays out as well. My day is ruined. Sean Luke, how we doing, brother? Do I start Arroyo? You don't start Arroyo. He's not even named the starting tight end. He doesn't even have a single prop. So I can't say to start him. He didn't beat out AJ Barner yet. So AJ Barner is the tight end that's listed with all the props for Seattle. So I'm definitely not trusting Arroyo at all in week 1, especially against Fred Warner. I mean, you don't really start a lot of tight ends versus the 49ers. Joseph says Mooney is out. Caught up on that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Nate says I can swoop up Manunjai from the waiver. I had Woody Marks stashed. Drop him for Kyle. I'm dropping Woody Marks for Kyle Manunjai in a heartbeat. Absolute heartbeat. You have to look at it like you got the Houston Texans, and I've tried to tell you guys this since Joe Mixon went down. This running back room is going to be terrible all year long. They have the worst offensive line in football. You have Nick Chubb, who no one trusts Nick Chubb. Could he fall into the end zone? Of course. I could eat my words there for sure. Their running back game is not going to be good all year. So I'm definitely dropping Woody Marks for a possible goal line back in Manunjai in a heartbeat. Shadur Sanders is big update fantasy football wise. If you guys have Shadur Sanders in your starting lineups, which 0% of the nation does, make sure you get him out. He's inactive. It's Joe Flacco today. I like that, Bones. What's up, Rye24? Who you got between T-Mac and Sutton? I'm going T-Mac. We talked about this. I know you guys are new in here in the show. If you ask a question, I'll still get to it if you fire it again. Sutton tends to get off to a slow start. Shout out to my guy, Big Jeff Energy. If you look up all his stats in the first couple of weeks, he's usually a slow ramp up. You're at Denver. You got Cam Ward, the number 1 pick, coming in against the best defense, against a great offensive line. I don't think you're going to get a lot of passing volume from Denver if you really, need it in this game. They could just game script them out and run the ball heavy on them. Sutton's a safe floor play for me, but I'm going for the upside of T-Mac. Keto, how we doing, my man? Hey, bro, good to have you start this year. I'm going to pickle my wide receiver, Jamar Chase, no matter what. DK Metcalf to start. I'm questioning Metcalf. Backup is Wandale, DeMario, and Debo. So, and shout out to Pete Terranova for this stat. DK Metcalf has had absolutely terrible week 1s for the past 3 years. The matchup isn't great versus the Jets, but the volume with Aaron Rodgers, we just don't know how it's going to look yet. But Aaron Rodgers always peppers his wide receiver 1. Look at Devontae Adams. Look at Garrett Wilson. Look at all these guys when Aaron Rodgers is out there. These are his go-tos. So I think volume-wise, I would lean Metcalf. And if I was going to throw anyone in there over him, it'd be Debo. But it's very, very close, and I think I'd still go Metcalf. CMC stat predictions for today. He's my running back 2 on the week. I'm going to go 120-plus yards rushing and receiving and a touchdown on the ground. Right. Thanks, bro. I got you. Right? Chris Rodriguez, Jerry. Did you see the shit that these guys do to us in fantasy football, man? Like 7 days ago, we got that Chris Rodriguez is the goal line back for the Commanders, possibly going to be the RB1 to lead them. And then you get to game day, and then you get Austin Eckler's the running back 1, And then today we get that JCM is going to be more involved. This has been a nightmare running back room all year long. It's so painful. But yes, Chris Rodriguez is out, guys. I never bought into any of his nonsense. Efton Chisholm is out. Yes, that hurts. Chisholm is not out there. PPR, Eckler or Downs jammed out. What's good, my man? With the cord news, you said Eckler the other day. I do like Eckler in this game. I like Eckler a lot to find the end zone in this game, and I like Eckler a ton for this reason alone. So you're playing against probably one of the best run Ds, right? The Giants' front seven is going to get after everybody all year long. They may get the most sacks in the NFL. They're nasty. But what happens when they have this line pressure happening is you're going to get quick dump-off passes from JD5. That is why I like Austin Eckler so much, especially if it's PPR. I think he could see 8 to 10 receptions in this game, and I think he's very undervalued this week heading in. Also, Egbuka, Waddle, Travion, PPR, man, jammed out. I have them all on starts. It's got to be Egbuka here for me still. I think Egbuka is going to just rumble in week one. He has one of the most advantageous matchups in the slot on the week. It's very hard to sit Emeka Egbuka in week one, although I love all of these guys that starts. I mean, I'll be trying to tier up to trade if you have this much value because it's going to be a nightmare weekly trying to decide, which guy's going to hit for you. Keto, I appreciate it. Got you, brother. CMC is the CEO of Seattle. Easy work, baby. I know. Let's go. I don't even think he was really hurt. I think it was just, we fucked with him last year. Let's fuck with him this year in a different way, and let's see how it goes. Andre says, Egbuka Golden. God, I had this question earlier, too. I had Tet Egbuka Golden in one of the questions. I took Tet. You got to find a way to start both these guys, Andre. I mean, I'm going Egbuka just because the matchup's better. Although Golden, there's a high potential shootout game in Detroit. Fuck, man, I like both these guys a ton. I can't say sit either one of them. I'm saying if I pick one, it's Egbuka for the touchdown upside. But it's like a 50-50, put two names in a hat, draw one out, and see who hits. It's like flipping a coin. Yep, there you go. It's like flipping a coin. Heads for Egbuka, tails for Golden. Let it fly. Kai Lee or Q Lee, how we doing? Love, Goff, Flacco, which two? I like. It's got to be Love as my QB1 here. I'm low on Goff this year, but I think I like Goff still over Flacco, even though Flacco plays the Bengals, and it could be lights out Joe Flacco game where he gets 20 points for sure. The Bengals defense is terrible. I think I'm going to ride the high point total game of the Lions Packers though over starting Flacco. And that's you got to have big cojones to throw Flacco out there in week one. But I do think he could have a good game. You're not in bad territory with Flacco as your QB3 week one. Fields or May, it pains me to sit. I'm sitting Justin Fields this week. You guys know me if you're part of the show or part of the videos. I love Justin Fields. I just don't like him versus Steelers this week. I need to readjust those quarterback rankings. And one of our guys swayed me. So I don't know if you guys know Chev. Great fantasy football content, great analyst, drops great content. He comes in and he goes, dude, look what the Steelers do to Lamar Jackson every time they play. This is how they know how to stop the running quarterback. They have the secondary. They have the pressure. They're going to lock up Garrett Wilson. I'm very, very worried about Justin Fields this week, so it's definitely Drake May for me. And I hate saying that because I'm such a Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson guy. It's just not this week for me. Son Silva, I hope I didn't butcher the name, man. Ridley, Downs, or Bigsby. I'm sitting Ridley this week. I do not like Ridley versus Patrick Surtain. I do not like Cam Ward at Denver. I do not like them going up against that defense at Mile High. I'm definitely going Josh Downs here. Miami's all three corners are down except for Minkah Fitzpatrick. They're going to be absolutely shredded by the pass game across the middle. That is where Danny Dimes lives accuracy-wise. He's the best across the middle out of all of his location spots he has, and that's where Tyler Warren and Josh Downs are going to live. I love Josh Downs this week. Jeff, full PPR, Walker or Judy? Oof. Super hard for me to sit Judy, man. Kenneth Walker coming off the injury. Yeah, he practiced in full. Has he been there all offseason? No. Charbonnet has. They've alluded to 1A, 1B possibility here. Seattle's O-line isn't the best. I'm going Jerry Jeudy for the pure upside of volume galore. I think the Browns pay 90% from behind. I think him and Njoku are going to absolutely feast in targets. And you're playing the Bengals defense, man. and the Bengals are going to score regardless, right? So I really, really like Jerry Jeudy a lot this week, guys, a ton. Andre says, I have to move one of them, right? My other starters are BTJ in London. Yeah, you have to. I mean, what a draft you put on, Andre, for sure. If you're BTJ, London, Egbuka, and Golden, you're sitting freaking pretty, bro. Still, I mean, between Egbuka and Golden, like you said, freaking put heads on Egbuka, put tails on Golden, and flip that shit at 10:58, or sorry, whatever time it is for you guys, 9:58. Flip that up and then put them in your roster because I love both those guys so much. It's too hard to decide. CB from the Twitter side, what's up, my man? Come on over to the YouTube side, tap a like, tap a subscription. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. We're 45 minutes to the show. I will try to make it 45 minutes longer for you guys. I am absolutely blessed. We have 32 views here on YouTube. We got 272 of you on the Twitter side. I can't thank you guys enough. It's been an absolute blessing of a morning already, and we're going to keep it rolling here. Favor D, I think he means face defense, special teams out of the Packers, Finns, Jags, Bears, Jets, Niners, Bengals, Rams. So favorite defense. Okay, I got you. I got you. Definitely not the Dolphins. Definitely not the Jags. Definitely not the Bengals. So you can lock those out. Packers, they could get after the Lions for sure. The Lions, Taylor Decker is going to play limited. Their left tackle, that's a stud. They lost their center. They lost their right guard. The Packers have Micah Parsons. They're going to get after Goff, but it's still a high point total game. Bears versus Minnesota. Jets or Niners or Rams would be my 3. I have the Niners. I have the Jets ranked higher because it's a lower game, and the points could be a lot less in that game. Vegas has them as the lowest game of the week as well. So you could like that. You have Aaron Rodgers too, very slow in the pocket, not going to move much, could get sacked a lot. Niners, Seattle, I like. Rams could get after the Texans offensive line, which is very bad, and get a lot of sacks there. But I'm worried about the Rams secondary versus the Texans or versus the Rams. I go Jets or Niners, 51-49 Jets. Just for the low point total game. Tim Cox, yo, how we doing, brother? I play PPR, need one. Pollard, Dobbins, Coleman, also Andrew. Is that Mark Andrews or Andrew? If that's Mark Andrews, I like Mark Andrews a lot in the Sunday Night Football. Besides that, if I had to pick, I would rank it Pollard. And I do not like the matchup for Pollard at all. But you have to like that Tyjae Spears is out. And Tony Pollard's going to feast in the reception game. Shout out to James SEO from yesterday. He's going to see so much volume. He's hard not to start. The matchup sucks, I know, but I would go Pollard. I would start Mark Andrews if that's Mark Andrews first. Number 1. I go Pollard, then Coleman, then Dobbins. Nate Kahn, how we doing? Flex Sutton or Ridley half PPR? I know it's an ugly game for both. Who are the other options you got? But if there's any other options on the waiver, I think I could find a hitter. But if I had to pick here, I'd probably go Ridley. I don't love it. I don't love either one of them, really. They're both kind of floor plays to me with, like a 10 to 20% touchdown upside. I'd go Ridley. Just because you could be playing from behind where Sutton could be playing from ahead, and the game script could lean more towards Harvey and Dobbins here, where when you look at Ridley, yeah, it's a brutal matchup, but they're probably going to be more pass heavy than the Broncos are for sure with Cam Ward in his first game. So I would lead Ridley a little bit. This week, yeah, I'm going Jets on that one. Anything on Matt Prater, just got elevated starter kicker for the Bills. Currently have Will Lutz. I'm still going Will Lutz all day. You're at Mile High Stadium. The ball travels further. Will Lutz is one of my top ranked kickers this week, for sure. I wouldn't even question that one. Keto says tight end question: Tucker Kraft or Colston Loveland. I'm not trusting Tucker Kraft Colston Loveland in his first game. Coming off injury, Minnesota does struggle versus the tight end. You're gonna see Cole Kmet out there as well. You got so many weapons. DeAndre Swift even catches the ball a ton off the backfield. I'm definitely going to sit on the rookie my week 1, and I'm going to ride Tucker Kraft on that one. Kevin, should I keep or drop Brian Robinson with the CMCs? No. Hell no. And I'm a Niner fan, bro. I know that you drafted CMC, or if you drafted CMC, you're paying the price right now of the mayhem. But with that injury news with him, you got to look at every single 49er running back that Shanahan can produce when CMC goes down. Isaac Guerrero becomes a top 10 back when he goes down. Jordan Mason gets a big contract assigned to the Vikings when CMC goes down. If CMC goes down, Brian Robinson is instantly a top 10 running back. You cannot drop this guy. No. Am I starting JCM today? No, I'm not starting JCM today. If you're starting Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt today, I think that's the ballsiest move of all time. The touchdown upside is probably 5%. You're going up against the best front in football and possibly the New York Giants. No. I think they're going to thrive in the pass game, which is why I like Austin Eckler a ton this week. George T, what's cooking? Good looking. How we doing, brother? What's up, man? Keon Coleman, Bill, or Pop Douglas from Jerry. You know, for me, it's Keon Coleman. You know, for Disco, it's going to be Pop Douglas. I'm not starting JCM versus the Giants front. That's crazy. That Giants front is so nasty, man. I'm going Keon Coleman here for the high end point total game. He's been the talk of camp. He's been my sleeper of the year. He's my breakout guy of the year. I'm going Keon Coleman here with confidence, I think, Jerry. Said sell high on Kamara immediately. No. Alvin Kamara is my guy that I drafted this year as, possibly breaking the running back reception record if he stays with the Saints, which could happen because, they're going to be playing behind all year long. But Alvin Kamara, I've been saying, is going to be traded before the trade deadline. He's heading into age 30. The Saints aren't playing for much this year, right? They're playing for the number 1 pick. They're playing for quote-unquote Archie Manning, who finally had a good game yesterday against San Jose State, which is trash. But, yeah, if Alvin Kamara, say, come week, right before the trade deadline gets moved to a contender, you're sitting on absolute gold. So definitely do not sell high on Kamara. Jonathan Santiago, J-Mo, or Travis Hunter? This is why you don't draft Jameson Williams, guys. I mean, this question, I get so much J-Mo every single week. He's so boomer bust. It's like, how do I recommend a boomer bust guy? He's a best ball guy to me. I'm going Travis Hunter. I'm playing it safe week 1. I know the coach speak index and everybody's been like, J-Mo is going to have a big year. You still have Amon-Ra. You still have Laporta. You still have Gibbs in the passing game. You still have Isaac Tesla breaking out. And yeah, J-Mo could hit a home run and I could eat my words, but I'd rather take the safe floor play on week 1 than go for a home run, boom or bust, unless you played against 40 points already, right? It's like if your opponent started CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams or Justin Herbert and CeeDee Lamb, then it's time for Jameson Williams, right? But if it's not and you're 0-0 and you're kind of evened out, or maybe you have a lead, I'm taking the floor play of Travis Hunter. John Wilson, how we doing, brother? Need help? And Joku McBride, I'm not starting Scary Terry this week, just so you know. I don't like anything about Scary Terry, even if the matchup's great. Off a holdout, usually, 30-year-olds tend to struggle for 3-4 weeks, and that's exactly what happened. He has not been out there. He has not gotten the reps. You get a camp clip of him catching a 60-yard practice touchdown, and everyone gets excited. That's not gameplay. That's not the same to me. I don't like Terry in week 1. But 1 tight end slot, 1 flex slot, full PPR. I'm going Njoku and McBride. Easy. Njoku's my tight end 1. McBride's my tight end 2. But they both have the best matchups on the week 2 as well. Absolutely love that. Full PPR, pick 1. Ridley, Rick, Ford, or Dobbins. That's Slick Rick for me, especially with the update of Juan Jennings. So Juan Jennings, he missed with this little, we'll call it fake calf or one to get paid calf update. But they said that he's going to be playing limited in this game. So that is going to lead to Slick Rick being 85-90% snap share wide receiver. And with George Kittle drawing the doubles, it's going to be Slick Rick time to shine, baby. Sean Luke, Sanders, Arroyo, or Thornton in the flex. I love deep league questions. I'm leaning. Tyquan Thornton already played, by the way. Are you talking Deontay Thornton? Oh. Definitely not Arroyo, right? Because Arroyo's not starting yet. He's behind AJ Barner. Elijah Arroyo doesn't even have a single prop on the prop, so that tells you right there that Vegas knows that he's not playing either. So you cross that one out. I'm going to say I like Jatavion Sanders as a sleeper. He's probably a better floor play, right? For maybe 3, 4, 5 catches. But Dante Thornton could hit an absolute home run. I mean, the guy's 6'5" and can fly. So, and Christian Gonzalez is out. So Jacoby Myers is going to be their number 1 focus with Brock Bowers. Could Thornton slip by and catch a bomb? For sure. If I'd say upside, and I love deep league questions. I'd say upside Thornton for like your ceiling play, and Sanders for your floor play. Jonathan, how we doing, brother? Got to throw Mooney in my wide receiver spot. Don't want to start Buffalo's. Mooney is out, by the way, guys. So if you have Darnell Mooney in your lineups, make sure you take him out. He is out for the game. I don't want to start Buffalo's defense. Should I grab Washington or the Jags? I mean, you definitely don't want to go no D. I mean, I'd still go Washington for like at least the 3-4 points. If you lose by 3 points and grab a player and didn't play that defense, you'd feel terrible. So I'm definitely throwing Washington out there, at least for, the points. I'm not leaving a defense. That's crazy. My guy's thinking ahead for week 2. He's like, fuck, I already lost. Let me grab a depth piece. Not yet. You haven't lost yet. You're fine. Got this question. Got you, Sean. Pitts or Kraft? I just moved Pitts up by 1 spot. 51-49 over Kraft with the Darnell Mooney news. The matchup is so juicy versus the Tampa Bay secondary. That's where they struggle. Their defense is run heavy, strong. Their front seven is nasty. They don't cover well. And I think Drake London and Pitts could feast in this game. I really do. And I know it's Kyle Pitts and it's rough. I'm gonna ride and dirty, baby. Kyle Pitts. I like them both though, so I do like Kraft as a start too. So you're not in a bad spot. I'm just gonna say Pitts touchdown upside. We're going. He's hitting, baby. We're hitting it today. Hit that like button. Thank you, Keto. Keon Coleman or Romo Dunze in the flex. Man, I've talked about this like all morning. Do we trust the Bears hype and Russian roulette wheel? Do we trust it? I really want to say Rome here. I just don't know how the Bears offense is going to look. Minnesota does struggle versus the pass. Keon Coleman, you get the Ravens game. You get the highest in point implied total game of the week. Possible shootout. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I'm going to say Rome. Barely. I'm really, that's why I stayed away from the Bears all year long too for this situation. It's like Jameson Williams and the Chicago Bears. For my 2 guys, I'm like, I don't want this nightmare weekly to think about every single week in my roster. Anthony Gomez, how we doing, brother? Who should I start my flex? Mike Evans, Jesus, or Josh Jacobs? 2 top 10 talents here. I need to know the rest of the roster here. I mean, who else is on this that it's so good that we're flexing Mike Evans or Josh Jacobs? Both these guys have to be starts, man. I guess I'd say that Josh Jacobs' touchdown upside may be higher because he's going to see a ton of volume with Marshawn Lloyd on IR. But Evans, you got to start Evans too. God, I'm going Jacobs for the touchdown upside, and the volume. But Mike Evans, you got to find a way to get him in your roster too. I need to know the rest of your roster. That's a wild one. Jake Ballard, pick one for my PPR flex. Emeka Egbuka, Devontae Adams, or Garrett Wilson. So Garrett Wilson, it pains me. I'm sitting him versus the nasty 3 corners of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Darius Slay, Patrick Ramsey, Porter Jr. That's a nightmare game for Garrett Wilson. I love Devontae Adams versus the Texans. I love Egbuka versus the Falcons. He has the best matchup of the week. You're in good company, that's for sure. I'd be trying to tier up somewhere with all these options in a trade. I'm going Devontae Adams, man. I love Devontae Adams too much. Emeka Egbuka is a great start though as well, so you're not in bad company. Do you like the Jags or the Panthers to win that game? I like the Jags to win game 1. I think Liam Cohen's going to come out shining. Keon Coleman, Roma Dunze. I went Rome. Another league, should I go I'm going RJ Harvey. I think RJ Harvey is one of the safest floor plays this week. You do get the Titans. You are going to get Cam Ward again on the road at Denver in Mile High versus the number 1 defense. The Broncos also have the number 1 rated offensive line. I think they're going to run them over, and I think RJ Harvey is one of the safest RB2 flex plays this week you could have. Barto, how we doing? George Kittle or Zay Flowers? You can't sit George Kittle, man. Kittle always, man. The guy averages 15 points a game for 5 years straight. Kittle cannot be a sit. I do like Zay Flowers as a flex play, though. Danes, what's up, my man? He says Jacoby or Aaron Jones, full PPR. Christian Gonzalez is out. Jacoby Myers is going to be a safe flex floor play, with the touchdown upside. It is a revenge game in New England as well for him. People like to throw that narrative in. Could he get more volume because of that? Sure. Aaron Jones, the problem is the red zone. That's why they went out and got Jordan Mason. He did not score in the red zone last year. He struggled heavily. I'm probably going to lean Jacoby Myers like 55, 45. Aaron Jones still a nice flex play, but I'd go for Jacoby Myers. So I don't think Aaron Jones is going to find the end zone in this game unless the 31-year-old running back breaks like a 40-yarder, right? So I'd take the volume safe play of Jacoby on this one. Did I take any of the London overs? You got to check the Discord, Andre. I took all the London overs, every single one of them. Jerry Bagshaw, Golden or DK Metcalf? This one's as hard as it gets, folks. I love Golden, and I like DK for a volume play. And I don't know if you were in here early, Jerry. I was talking about it. I was like, you do got DK Metcalf. You do have Aaron Rodgers. You do have Aaron Rodgers peppering his wide receiver one every single game he plays in, right? So the matchup is going to be ugly. Your competition is Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth, Roman Wilson, and Calvin Austin. All those guys are small except for the tight ends. I'm still going to start DK Metcalf. I want to start DK, but not over Golden. Golden, but I like them both. Golden, but I like them both. Golden, but I like them both. TJ says, what's Chubb at ranking-wise, knowing he's going to be the bell cow today? I do not think by any means, by the way, that Nick Chubb is going to be the bell cow in this game. The Texans' offensive line is the worst in the NFL. The Rams' defense is one of the top 5-7 in the NFL. So I think it's going to be a game where you don't – I took the Nick Chubb under on 44.5 yesterday on the stream, by the way, as one of my favorite props of the week. And I think it's going to be like the example we used yesterday, or Big Draft Energy, shout out to him. He throws out, look at the Chiefs. Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco was named the starter, but how did it go? Brashard Smith came out. You saw Kareem Hunt, who looked better than him. I think you're going to see Nick Chubb come out. I think you're going to see Woody Marks play the passing down backs, and I think you're going to see Dameon Pierce sprinkled in a little bit. So I definitely not trusting Nick Chubb by any means all year long, or any Texans running back. Neighbors line jumped 7 yards. Neighbors receptions jumped as well. Neighbors is going to feast in this game against Commanders 100%. Pitts or Kincaid, tight end premium. I think I'm rolling Pitts. I think I shot Pitts up with Mooney out. I said Kincaid's in for a breakout. You do get the Ravens. The Ravens, very good versus the tight end. They struggled more on the outside last year, but they got to, they stepped their corner game up massively. And they got, Mike Green out there who could drop back and play a little tight end coverage as well. So I'm definitely going Pitts here because the secondary of the Bucs is way worse than the Ravens. Misunderstood the question. Sorry, Mooney is in my IR spot. Oh, okay. So I got an opening to roll with Buffalo's defense. Oh, dude, grab the Buffalo defense now. Their schedule coming ahead, I know off the top of my head without looking at it, is great. But let me pull it up here to make sure that it is great, because I'm almost positive it's very, very good coming up. So Bills, they get the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Patriots. Grab the Bills D. Yes, they look good coming ahead. And if you guys don't know that, I play defense ahead a lot in my leagues because I don't draft a defense. I don't draft a kicker. I always try and get, more options for keeper players down the stretch of the draft, and I like to play the weekly matchups instead. So I've already grabbed Buffalo ahead. Sorry, I misread that question. I've already grabbed Buffalo ahead in a ton of leagues as well. So you have an open spot, grab the Buffalo defense ahead. Great comment there, John. That was good. LB Ace for flex. Who should I use? Aaron, Jones, Diggs, or Ridley? So Ridley's a sit for me this week. Diggs, I loved all year long. I just don't know how it's going to go in week one. Obviously, they ruled out Chisholm. So, not like that's really a huge impact on Diggs, but it is a sign of that Diggs could play more and be healthier out there. I'm going safe with Aaron Jones here. I don't really love Aaron Jones to find the end zone, but I think I'm taking the safe as I got the hiccups. 8 to 10 points here on, maybe 12 points with Aaron Jones over than risking it with a guy coming off injury and Ridley in a terrible matchup. Let me get some water here. Keep the questions rolling, guys. I got about 25 minutes left, and I got to set 25 lineups. I'll try to get to every single one of them. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support today. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the members. Sorry my co-host didn't make it in here with me. He's dealing with family issues right now. Prayers up to him. And let's roll through some more questions here. And tap that like and subscribe if you haven't. All the support is amazingly appreciated, guys. I can't thank you enough. How about Ted McMillan or Zay Flowers, wide receiver 2 spot? I got Ted McMillan still. I do like Zay as a flex play. I like the matchup versus the Buffalo Ravens game. I like the high implied point total. I think Zay is going to be a sneaky, flex start, but I like the touchdown upside of Ted McMillan way more. Thank you for the subscription, Luffy. Welcome. A word only. Pick 2: Ridley, Odunze, Tracy, or Strange. This is rough. Definitely got to go Odunze as my 1. I don't like Tracy versus the Commanders. Could Strange. He's my sleeper tight end play of the week. Do I trust that over Calvin Ridley volume? Probably not. I have Ridley on a sit, but in this situation, I think I go Ridley and Odunze just because Ridley can see a ton of volume of playing from behind. Tracy Strange. Yeah, could Strange find the end zone? I'm playing it safe. Even though I do like him as a sleeper, I'm still taking the stud wide receiver 1. Jets or Commanders? I'm going Jets because it's the lowest point total of the game or implied point total of the week game. Vegas thinks it's going to be low, as do I. So I'm going Jets there. Other options I have other than Sutton and Ridley on the bench, Javonte Williams, who played. Bad sit there. Dude, 99% of the world sat Javonte Williams. Don't feel bad. Charbonnet, Braylon Allen, Wandale Robinson, Manunjai. No, I'm still riding Sutton and Ridley, I think. If anything, maybe a Wandale Robinson throw, but that's not sexy. He sees a ton of volume. 10th in targets last year with 140. You got Neighbors getting doubled. Do I trust that? No. Ice is on Silva says JCM with Rodriguez inactive. Jay Higgins. I'm going Jay Higgins all day here. Tyler Lockett demoted to wide receiver 3 for the Titans behind Alec Ayamanor is the update now. Yes, JCM, Rodriguez, who was the Commanders have been driving us nuts for the past month with their running back situation. Chris Rodriguez was named the goal line back. Now he's inactive. Now JCM is going to be more involved, but you don't play a running back versus the Giants front 7. So I'm definitely not starting JCM. I'm definitely starting Jaden Higgins with Christian Kirk out. And the Rams secondary is where they struggle. Their front 7 is where they thrive. So this is going to be a big game for the Texans wide receivers here. I'd rather take the shot on Jaden Higgins here. Would I drop Dante Thornton for Kyle Manunjai from Kirby? I guess what it comes down to here, and hang on, we got a super chat. Got to go straight to the front with the super chat. My bad. Peep the screenshot I sent. Max's second league. Does it look right? Kicker is Moody. Waiver wire has options. Let me pull it up. I can see it. Which one? The Glenridge? Glenridge, I'm assuming. Let's see. I'll make it for you right now. This is why you subscribe to the Patreon. I'm making a move for the boy right now. There we go. Lock it in. I made the move for you, George, already. We're good to roll. So when you pay for the premium, I look at your roster. I make plays for you. Just made one for my guy right now. When I drop Dante Thornton for Kyle Manunjai Kirby. So in this situation, you need to look at your roster here, right? Do you have the running back depth? Is your league running back heavy? Is it good to target a running back over a wide receiver 2, possibly 3? Yeah, I'd rather have Kyle Manunjai here. But the Dante Thornton hype is there. But are you ever really going to feel safe starting Dante Thornton in redraft? Not really. So, I mean, I'm going Kyle Manunjai for the upside, and DeAndre Swift always is a small body with injury history. So, yeah, I'm definitely taking Kyle Manunjai. That's what I was planning. Thank you. Got you, LB. Jonathan says, I'm so horrible at typing in here. Already have the Buffalo defense. Starting them this week. Do not start them this week. No. I would not start the Buffalo defense. I'm versus Baltimore. That's crazy. I would not, by the way. I already got that. I would probably, I don't like Washington, but I'd probably play Washington over Buffalo. I'm not Lamar Jackson, Henry. No way. Aaron Jones Sr., born March 19th, 1953, as an NFL starting running back and the oldest to ever play the position. Dude, it's ugly, man. It's ugly. A-World, love the channel. Thank you. A-Word means the world, my man. All the support you guys show me is why I keep doing this for you. I cannot thank you guys enough. It's been an awesome start so far. I can't wait to see where the season goes, man. PPR, Roma or Olave? I like Olave a ton this week, Gio. I've liked Olave all offseason long. I think he's one of the most undervalued star wide receivers in the NFL, regardless of his quarterback play. The Saints are going to be behind, guys. They're going to be trailing all year. I know he's got concussions that scare people. That's fine. But still, when you're playing 90% from behind the age of 24, you're never going to come out for garbage time. So he's going to feast every single game, just sheer volume. That's why I liked Olave all year. I'm not sitting Olave possibly any week, especially after week 1. I think people are going to realize that. Debo or Persol, I like them both a lot. They're both starts for me. So is Olave. I'm going to go Slick Rick for the upside play, Debo for the floor play, because I think Cliff Kingsbury brought in Debo because he likes to run a lot of screens. And I do think Terry McLaurin's going to have a rough week 1 and a couple rough weeks, getting his feet back under him from the holdout. I'm going to go Persol because Juan Jennings is going to play limited in this game according to the updates. But I do like Olave, Debo, and Persol as starts. Keto says full PPR. Who to pick? Trey Henderson, Olave, Jay Higgins, Brian Robinson, Thornton Jr. Brian Robinson and Thornton are off my list. I would not start Jaden Higgins over Olave. It's Olave, and between Olave and Travion Henderson for me. And do we have a weather update on the Patriots game yet? Let me see this real quick. I want to see how bad the weather is. I heard it's very, very bad. So pull it up here. If the weather's bad in New England, it's going to lean more towards the run game. It's going to lean more towards Travion Henderson. And that would be your safer play. But I need to see here. I'm going on AccuWeather real quick. I mean, it says 61 degrees. Gillette Stadium. Here we go. It's loading in. I don't know why it's going slow. 61 degrees. Rain chance, 79% participation. So rain is definitely heavy, or chance of rain in this game. It says air quality is fair. Cloud cover 100%. Winds at 10 miles an hour. That's not bad. Rain feels shade will feel like 56 degrees from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so that's the update we're looking for now. Now, the game, which is the worst thing, kicks off at 10 a.m. So you may miss the rain here with this game. So I like them both as starts. I lean Travion Henderson as your safe play. Olave is the massive upside play. I'm fine with either one of them. I like them both, but I'm definitely starting those two over all the rest of the three. And I have them both as starts. I'd go Henderson for the safe play week 1. MM90, Garrett Wilson, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones Sr. That's Tony Pollard for me. Garrett Wilson, very, very tough matchup. I've been the biggest Garrett Wilson truther all year long. I hate week 1. I can't stand it. And I don't like Aaron Jones over Pollard. Does the rest of the lineup look right? Let me check it out real quick here. T-Law, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Xavier Worthy, Hurts. Nothing we could do there. Just bite the injury. Yeah, I think I'm rolling Niners over Vegas defense because, Christian out. I'm rolling K9, I guess. I don't love it over Hunter, over Golden could splash. I think we have to go for the upside, man. I think we're going to go for this just because Xavier Worthy's out. So check that. Let me know if you like it. I'm going to put in, just because you got a 0 from Xavier Worthy. So I'm putting in Matthew Golden over Kenneth Walker. And I'm just doing that because the pure upside 0, by the way. Bod to God, how we doing? This is Ricky Persol for me, and I don't think this one's close this week. I think the Cortland Sutton and the Broncos are going to have a massive, massive game script, which tends to lead to the run more. And where you got Juan Jennings out, you're not out, but playing limited off, not being there with a holdout or fake injury, whatever it is. Persol is going to feast with Kittle being the focal point of the defense. I don't like Scary Terry this week for me, Ace. He's been a sit for me all week long. I don't like 30-year-old wide receivers off holdouts. They tend to be really sluggish for the first 4 weeks of the season. So I'm not touching Terry McLaurin in week 1. Weather's not horrible, just rain. Okay, Bones is out there. There you go. We getting live updates from the New England side. That's perfect. That's what we need. Weather's not bad, just rain. Okay, so we will see a little rain maybe in the New England game, guys, for an update. Should I go back to starting Kyler? You got Kyler with the illness too over May. I like both of. I have Kyler really high this week, man. The illness update hurts. I had Kyler at QB6. I'm still rolling Kyler in the dome. And the Saints are missing Chase Young. They're only good kind of pressure DN. Even more time for Kyler. You got to like Kyler a lot this week, even though I haven't trusted him all year. Thank you, John. T-Mac, Devontae Adams. Wow. The These guys, I would say, who else is on your roster for this to be a question to start with? These are both studs, both starts for me. Texans defense struggles versus the pass. Panthers defense or Jags defense struggles versus the pass. I mean, I have them. Let's stick to the rankings here. All right, let's go here. Hang on, and pull this up. I love both these guys as starts. That's the hard part for me. Wide receiver rankings. I have Ted at 12 and Devontae Adams at 16. Well, I'm leading Ted, but you got to find a way to get them both in if you can. 909 orbits. I am not trusting JCM, period, versus the nastiest Giants front seven. Even though Tony Pollard has a bad matchup, you have Spears on IR. Got to go Pollard just for the volume here alone. Bill, Thielen, or Rodriguez, which is a healthy scratch. I'm going Thielen, John. I'm going Thielen. I'm not trusting Bill. I don't trust anything from the Commanders all offseason. I'm not trusting any of this running back room. And again, you're going up against probably the nastiest front in football in the New York Giants. I'm not trusting any of the running backs here. I think, honestly, Jaden Daniels, I've said this on a couple shows now, will lead the Commanders in rushing yards in this game. That's how bad I think the run game is going to be for the Commanders running backs. Unless, of course, they break one on a busted play or something. Keto says, also, it's a 2 flex for that previous question. Olave or Travis Hunter? Olave, then. Yeah. Olave. I like Olave a ton this week. I like Travis Hunter as well. You got good problems, but I'm going Olave. I like Olave as sheer volume, big play opportunity here, just based on playing from behind, man, the whole time. Travis Hunter shaved his braids, immediately moved to my do not start list. I got you, brother. Luffy, how we doing? Someone offered me Godwin for Downs. Should I accept it? I don't think I'm accepting this trade. What would need to happen? I mean, Downs is also injury prone as well. We know that already. Godwin will be turning age 30. Egbuka and Mike Evans, if they're both healthy, when Godwin comes back, you need a Mike Evans injury to come back. I truly believe Downs is the wide receiver 1 for the Colts. That will be the wide receiver 1 this year if he stays healthy all year long. So I'd rather have the wide receiver 1 on a team than a roll out, question of who's it going to be with an injured 30-year-old. My other receivers, yeah, you're starting Neighbors and Lamb every single week. So damn, what a draft, bro. I'm assuming your running backs are hurting, John. If you have CeeDee Lamb, Neighbors, T-Mac, and Devontae Adams, and we're talking redraft, your running back room's got to be really, really rough. Unless it's like a 10-man. All right, guys. We got 13 minutes left here. Caught up with all the questions. Can't thank you guys enough for hanging out. Fire away anything you got. I'm going to look at a couple of my lineups here as well while we go through it here to show you what I'm looking at through all my crazy dynasties here at the end. Let's share screen here. This is the best of the best league. And to show you that, if any of the questions you guys have, I'll show you how I do it with my own roster as well. So you can see that as well here. Jordan Love, Genty, Bucky, Tyreek Hill, Golden, Hawkinson, Chuba, Shakir. I had to throw Shakir in. Raheem Mostert is out. Can't move him to IR. Stephon Diggs I have on the bench. I have Khalil Shakir over him. Cam Ward, Anthony Richardson, Ollie Gordon. That's good there. I'll catch up here. Already started Lamb, so I need 2 from Neighbors. Adam, you can't sit Neighbors, but the matchup is too good with Neighbors. 100%. And you paid the premium first round. You're not sitting Neighbors. My running backs are weak. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm still going T-Mac. Good problems to have. I mean, if your running backs are weak and you're that stacked at wide receiver, maybe try and find a tier up trade, tier down trade. Tier up running back, tier down wide receiver move. That'd be my opinion. Chris says, J-Mo or Hunter, half PPR, already starting BTJ. Every time it comes to J-Mo, yes, we do have a code, by the way, too. Here, let me type it in. And if you guys haven't signed up on Drafters, make sure you sign up using promo code SLEAZE. That way you can draft all offseason, do daily DFS with us, and you can do all the pick'ems as well with us. So we drop in our Discord every single day. And we hit both tickets from Thursday and Friday, by the way, as well. All right. Oh, no, never mind. I missed Thursdays with Javonte Williams reception. Sorry. We hit 4 of 5 and missed 1. All right, back to where I was at here. All right, questions are rolling in. So JMO Hunter. I don't draft Jameson Williams for this problem, Chris, every week. And I've said this a couple times already on the show. I mean, JMO's your big home run guy. If you see the lineup against you and the lineup looks like it's a scary lineup, like you might lose, I'd go JMO. If I need the floor play, I'd go Hunter. I think Hunter and BTJ are both going to feast against the Panthers. So I like, floor play, Hunter, ceiling play, JMO. JMO is just always a risk for me, man. It could be boom or bust. John says Brees, Dobbins, Sampson, Ramondre. Still going Brees. I don't trust Dobbins. I don't trust Sampson. I don't trust Ramondre. I don't trust Benson. They're all in different situations. Brees will probably get the pass work, which is going to help him. I don't like any of these guys really as a start, to be honest. Maybe if anybody, I go Ramondre. But I'm still going to roll out Brees just to see. Caleb Johnson, no, I'm not starting him. A says Tillman, DeMario Douglas, Palmer, Isaiah Bond, Kraft. Need one from Isaiah Bond. Stop it. Tillman, DeMario Douglas, Palmer. I like Tillman as a sleeper play. I like DeMario Douglas as a sleeper play. Kraft is your starting tight end in a shootout matchup. I think I'd go Kraft. Pop D could see a lot of volume. The matchup's great versus the Raiders. Tillman could see a ton of volume versus the Bengals as well. But do I trust that in week one? Probably not. I'm probably going with the safe play of Kraft. SJS Shockers says, start 2 half PPR, Tet, Judy, Hubbard, Pollard. Oh, man. It's got to be Chuba Hubbard, no matter what. And then you do a double Panthers with Tet. Oh, I'd say, Judy I like a lot this week. Half PPR drops him down a little bit because I like his volume. I'm going Hubbard and Tet still. I'm riding both Panthers. I'm not mad if you throw in Judy. I like Judy a lot. And Pollard's a flex play for me as well. So you got great problems here, but I would go Tet and Hubbard in the Panthers game because I like that game so much. That's my most hyped game of the day, even though I'm a Niner fan. Obviously, the Niner game is my most hyped game, Noah, but my game I'm going to be glued to is the Panthers-Jags. I targeted this game in fantasy, DFS, props, pick'ems, everything. I want to see Travis Hunter. I want to see Tet McMillan. I want to see this Jags-Panthers game really bad. And I want to see Bryce Young and Trevor Lawrence bounce back and break out. All right, here. So, and here's to show you guys. Let's go like this. Let me cross this screen out here. Okay. So, this is to show you that I'm standing on business as well here. This is my $500 league, 12 or 14 men. And I'm sitting Calvin Ridley for Chris Olave and Matthew Golden, just so you guys can see. And Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is on my bench as well. So you can see the lineup. You can see where I have no choice but to start Colston Loveland or Mason Taylor. I punted tight end, so I don't like either one. I'm just riding the Monday night game. Ollie Gordon down there as well. Not going to throw him in over the guys. Started Dak Prescott here. This was dumb, even though I had Dak on a sit. I should have started Trevor Lawrence. I have Dak in so many leagues. I decided to throw him in one. Super chat's always straight to the top. What is good, Mick? How we doing? What's Rez going on, brother? Not looking for advice, just here to show appreciation for the content. Thank you, Mick. It means the world, man. Thank you for the super chat. Absolute GOAT, brother. Hope we get you a win this week. I do like Jordan Mason as a smash start this week, Ace. I have him as a flex in a lot of my leagues as well. I think his touchdown upside is over 60% in this game. That is why they went and signed him. That is why they bolstered the offensive line, because Aaron Jones couldn't score in the red zone last year. So I do like Jordan Mason for a touchdown a lot this week. We buy homes near your 512 non-PPR flex. I always love this guy's name, man. Cracks me up. Non-PPR. So that means you're looking for the touchdown. Egbuka, Diggs, Jones, Mason, Harvey. I'm going Harvey. Egbuka could find the end zone as well. The matchup is absolutely great. I like Egbuka and Harvey and Mason to find the end zone. I think Harvey's your safe play. I think Egbuka is your massive upside play if you need it. Like, look at your roster you're playing against. Does that roster look nasty? Do I need the 20 from Egbuka, or will I be fine with Harvey and Mason to be safe? Because I do think they both find the end zone. I think you're good there. Sorry for the typo. Oh, no worries, brother. You good. I need a W. Bet spot out there. What's good, Jalmini? What's cracking, brother? What are you doing today for the games? I'll call you here when the stream's over. Kirby with 5 gifted. Absolutely means the world, brother. Thank you, man. You guys have been absolutely great today. Is it playing? I can't hear it. Oh, my headset died. That's why. Hang on. Let me get back in here. Yeah, Jelly, we're going to have some people at the house, Jelly, by the way, if you're in here. He says, Christian says, $500 14-man league. Nice. Trying to get my home to do 100 from 40. That's the best way to go, bro. The best way to go. Thanks, brother. Good to be back. It is good to be back, boys. If you guys got any more questions, that is it for me this morning. I can hang out 5 more minutes if you guys want. I got to check 25 lineups. I got to set up 2 TVs. I'm get the party ready to go. Over here. Football is back, baby. I'll give you on my way out. Since you guys showed so much love today, I'll give you on my way out my favorite prop of the week. Besides, I already hit my Keenan Allen lock of the week on reception. My favorite bet, guys, of the week. You guys showing love, showing up this morning. Is Jameson Williams over 3.5 receptions. I think that's the greatest money bet. Injections with yesterday's news. Drop Gordon. Ooh, drop Gordon. I would not have dropped Ollie Gordon. Anyone else you could have dropped, Nick? I would love to know the rest of the roster before we head out. Ollie Gordon's a definite hold. Like, definite hold. But let me know who else is on that roster before I head out here. I hope he's still here. Good luck to everyone's fantasy team. Let's go Niners, baby. We're going to smack them up in the 12th man. Christian McCaffrey. I kept him in 2 other leagues. I mean, dude, you got A-Chain with the calf issue too. That's a very, very dangerous drop, Nick, in my opinion. I do like getting Judkins, but man, I would rather drop maybe some other players instead of Ollie Gordon. But thank you guys for the support this morning. Absolutely awesome. The Big Draft Energy will be here next time as well. He had family issues today. I hope you guys caught his show before. He was on live before me. We will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to cover all the games we talked about today, cover a little Monday Night Football for you guys on what we like tomorrow. We'll even throw some pick'ems in tomorrow's stream as well. And that's it, guys. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the new subs. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the new members. Thank you for the donations, George. Absolutely awesome. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning, 7 p.m. Eastern. Good luck in your matchups. Let's get the fucking dubs, baby.